Neagley claims she truly comprehends Reacher's motivations after he and the team salvage the day. She asserts that he doesn't battle crime merely to protect the weak and make things right. He does it instead because he despises the big, powerful sons of B*** cheese who think they can just get away with things. Reacher uses the same statement in response to Duffy's question in Lee Child's Persuader, which is used in Reacher Season 3. The show seems to be trying to prove that Neagley understands Reacher better than he does by having her take his line from the novels. Reacher's sense of justice might not always be motivated by the proper things, as Neagley's line clearly makes clear. The book answers that Duffy produces the right results for all the wrong reasons. Reacher acknowledges this as well, which explains why he questions Neagley about why it took her so long to realize it. The quotation demonstrates that Reacher is not your average hero who always makes things right by acting morally. He is more of a morally dubious anti-hero who frequently acts out of darker motives and leaves a huge blood trail in his wake. Nevertheless, by punishing the evil folks, Reacher always serves the greater good, despite the fact that his motivations are frequently faulty. In the last moments of Reacher Season 1, Alan Ritchson's character had to have a difficult talk with Roscoe about how his way of life would never allow him to be in a committed relationship. In the hopes that they would cross paths again, Roscoe gave him her number on a Clark bar wrapper before letting him go. Dixon, who played the character in Reacher Season 2, also grew close to him toward the end, but she allowed him to go as she knew he valued independence and the open road above all else. Duffy does not attempt to make things more difficult for Reacher, which is fortunate for him. She approaches him and informs him that she is not the stick-to-you, make-it-last type of person before he can wrap up their relationship in a nice way. By doing this, she demonstrates how similar she is to Reacher, particularly in terms of her views on sexual relationships. The fact that she offers him the same farewell speech he typically gives to women he is romantically connected with also relieves Reacher. Following the death of his father, Richard Beck feels confused and unsure. He knows that he is going to lose everything as he observes police officers swarming across his father's estate. Reacher, however, demonstrates the path by giving him the car's keys and urging him to carry out the one idea he had always considered: grabbing a set of car keys, blowing through the gate, and disappearing. Additionally, he requests that he take all of the money out of the house and go before the federal authorities discover it. Before heeding Reacher's counsel, Richard confesses that he regrets not being able to witness more of his father's positive traits while he was still living. With just a few words of advice, Reacher, as always, conveys a lot. In my experience, if you spend a lot of time thinking about your past, well, it's probably not a good thing. Reacher responds that he locates the awful object and kills it when Richard asks him what he does when he can't forget terrible things from the past. Reacher gives him an important lesson in this way: one must act to change what one can control and forget about the things one cannot. In the Reacher Season 3 finale, a lot of bad guys die. Fortunately, Villanueva escapes the last struggle and contentedly leaves the DEA, despite the fact that it appeared that Season 3 was hinting to his demise. After being shot dead by the heroes, Reacher Season 3 characters Paulie, Quinn, and Nasir receive the punishment they deserve. Even Zachary Beck, regrettably, does not survive. By deciding to assist the heroes and telling his kid how he makes him proud, Beck atones for his transgressions toward the end of Reacher Season 3. But when Beck risks his life to save his son Richard, he meets a horrible end. Despite being introduced as one of the antagonists in Season 3, Richard Beck eventually gains sympathy due to his relationship with his son and his willingness to improve. Because of this, his terrible death in Reacher Season 3 is just as heartbreaking as Russo's in Season 2. Reacher Season 3, like its predecessors, is a complete adaptation of the standalone narrative from a whole Lee Child book. Reacher Season 3 concludes on a strong note without explicitly setting up a sequel by going over each of the story beats in Lee Child's Persuader. Jack Reacher's return to the open road at the film's conclusion only indicates that Alan Ritchson's character will eventually find himself in a town. As usual, he will run into problems and end up in the sights of yet another group of criminals. The novel that Reacher Season 4 will adapt is still up in the air, but it's probable that the protagonist will join forces with new heroes in the series' upcoming arc. Viewers can also anticipate Neagley's comeback in Season 4, as she has consistently appeared in every season of Reacher. Fans have a lot to look forward to in the franchise now that the Neagley spin-off program has also been confirmed. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.